Sorry about that. We are back. Yeah, I had some technical difficulty. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm glad you waited. We are going to go right into it. But first, say hi in the comments if you're here. We are going to be talking about immigration, the latest news. We're going to answer some of your questions, and then we're going to settle this question about adjustment of status as far as TPS holders are concerned. Say hi in the comment. Oh, Jimmy Jill, thanks. Yeah, we had some difficulty. I don't know why, but yeah, we got 8 people. Yes, say hi in the comment. We're gonna get into it. Good evening, Bamidele. Good evening. How are you? Hope you're doing well. We are going to answer your questions tonight. But before we get there, let me talk about the latest news. Yes, Lucy. Um, thank you. From Maryland, Angeline from Maryland. Wow. Thanks for watching me from Maryland. I live in Maryland, but I work in DC. Um, yeah, thanks. Thanks to know that you're from Maryland. Um, Elena, hi. How you doing? How you feeling tonight? We're talking about immigration. We got a couple good news, at least for now. Let me just get right into it. Then we're gonna take your questions, okay? So let me share my screen with you. Yes, we're gonna share the screen. Okay. Share the screen. Yes. First of all, we have DHS announces extension of temporary protected status for Venezuela. Okay. So people were wondering, is Venezuela out of TPS? No, Venezuela is into TPS. So basically, they have extended TPS as usual. It has to come from the Secretary of Homeland Security Department. So it came about yesterday that they have extended it for 18 months. Okay. So for 18 months extension, the 18 months extension of TPS for Venezuela will be effective from September 10, 2022 to March 10, 2024. Only beneficiary under Venezuela existing designation and who were all already residing in the United States as of March 8, 2021 are eligible to register, like registering again, right, under this extension. So Venezuelans who arrived in the United States after March 8, that's the cutoff date, right? If you come after March 8, 2021, you are not eligible for TPS. But the good news is approximately 343,000 individuals are estimated to be eligible for TPS under the existing designation of Venezuela. That is the great news. And of course, it comes with employment authorization and stuff like that. You have to apply with both forms, right? Um, and then it says that they will provide instruction. When it comes to it, they will provide instruction prior to September 9, 2022. Okay? So, yeah. So basically, that's the good news for TPS for Venezuela. But again, talking about the same TPS, we are going to answer this question about adjustment of status. Okay? Because this question, TPS, adjustment of status, people calling, can I just, I think I've talked about adjustment of status a lot on my channel, but we are going to really answer this question in detail tonight. Let me go here. First of all, what is adjustment of status, right? It's when you file the Form I-485 after you get approval or with an approved petition together, or without an approved petition, but with the petition that's going to make you approve for it, right? So you have to have an underlying petition in order to file for a green card. You can't just file a green card like that. Underlying petition or a reason, basis for it. So we're gonna go here. This is the application, adjustment of status, the process by which somebody can get a green card without leaving the United States if they qualify, of course. But what is the basis, the underlying reason why people have to file for adjustment of status? First of all, we go here. If you go on page, this is page 3 of the green card application, okay? It asks you, right? Under what category are you filing adjustment of status? If you are immediate relative of a U.S. citizen and you file a form I-130, are you filing it concurrently, or you already filed it or it was already approved, then you can adjust status. If you are either relative or U.S. citizen or relative of a lawful permanent resident under the family base, right, using the form I-130, then you can file for adjustment of status. Person admitted to the United States as fiancé, yeah, they can file for adjustment of status, okay? Widow or widow of a U.S. citizen using the form I-360, if you get approved or together, they can file. VAWA petitioner, they can file for adjustment of status, okay? Worker, that's employment-based, I-140, once you get approved, you can file. I-526, get approved, you can file for adjustment of status. Religious worker, the special immigrant, for those one, you have to wait for the approval first before you file, because the visa is not immediately available. Religious worker, form I-360, you wait. Once the visa becomes available, basically, first of all, you wait, you apply I-360, get approved, you wait. Once the visa becomes available, you apply for adjustment of status, because you have to wait online, right? Then we have certain Afghan or Iraqi national, certain international broadcasters, certain G4. When they say certain, not everybody qualifies under those categories, okay? Asylum status, once your asylum has been granted, that's when you file. Or if you're a beneficiary after I-730 get granted, that's when you file. But asylum, remember, you have to wait for a full year, right, before you apply. It has different rules. Human trafficking victim or crime victim. So basically, victim of a crime, sorry. After the form I-914 get approved, visa becomes available, then you file for green card. U visa, the same thing. After I-918 get approved, visa becomes available, then you file. So then we have the Cuban Adjustment Act. Under the Cuban, those are special programs. Have to be really qualified under those. And the Cuban Adjustment Act for battered spouses and children. We have dependent status under Haitian Refugee Immigrant Fairness Act, dependent status under the Haitian Refugee Immigrant Fairness Act of battered spouses and children. We have the Luxembourg parolee, diplomat, those people, Indochinese parolee adjustment of Act of 2000. Then we have diversity visa program. For this one, I talked about it, diversity visa program. If you're in the United States unlawfully, so basically with a visa that has expired, then you win a lottery. Can you adjust status? To challenge. The visa must be available at the time you're adjusting and at the time of approval. But because this diversity lottery program ends at the end of the fiscal year, which is September 30, sometimes the visa, when they come to your case, the visa is no longer available at the time of approval, then you might not adjust status. Most people don't really adjust under this one when they're here unlawfully present, okay? That we talked about it too. You can refer back to my other case. Then we have adjustment by registry. Then we have adjustment individual born in the United States under diplomatic status, okay? Those are the basis. Why are you adjusting, okay? Under what category are you adjusting? If you can't figure out what under what category you're adjusting the status, then probably you're not qualified. Or you can contact me so we can figure out under what category you are trying to adjust status and whether you qualify or not. Okay? And then you go here, that's when they talk about inadmissibility issues, right? So let me close this one. So if you go back all the way down, it starts here, right? Inadmissibility ground. So those questions, when you answer no to those questions, you have to know whether in your case a waiver is applicable. If a waiver is applicable, then you apply with a waiver. If not, then probably you don't qualify, because there are some offenses, immigration offenses, that will render you inadmissible, and there's no waiver available, then you really cannot adjust status. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing here and come back. So in conclusion, if you are a TPS holder who came to the US first time without inspection, so pretty much illegally, then later on you acquire TPS status, which is currently valid, right? And then you file for advanced parole and you were able to travel outside of the United States, then you came back. Now USCIS is amending its policies and saying that while you can adjust status, provided that you have a basis for it. For example, you have a family petition, like wife filing for you, and previously you couldn't because of unlawful entry, but now you can if you had traveled with advanced parole and then came back. That's what's going on. That's it. And provided that you do not have any other grounds of inadmissibility. Pretty much that's what it is. So let's get into questions, because this question of TPS is coming all the time. And let's get to your questions now. Oh, Angeline, you're close to DC. That's good. You're close to Yattsville. That's even better. That's good. If you have an immigration petition, you should file with me, Evangeline, sorry. Okay. You'll get, I'm doing good. How are you? Oh, Evangeline, you live in Yattsville, Maryland. Oh my goodness, that's even better. Let me get into questions first. Okay. So let me get into question. Jill, my question today. I filed for TPS and I got it, but I received it last month. It'll be expired January 20. You think I will have it an automatic renewal? No, Jill. You are USCIS, you have to pay fees again. So if you file, let's say for example, you file under Haiti, right? And then you have to wait when they extend it. They're gonna give an announcement that they're gonna extend. Once they extend it, then they give the announcement, then you file for renewal. You pay again the fees for work permit, again the fees for TPS. It's not gonna automatically renew. You have to apply for it. Jimmy Gilles, I hope you got the question. Okay, I live in India. My husband is a permanent resident in the US, more than 2 years, approximately 2 years and 8 months, but my interview not yet. You would like to tell me which visa I get, conditional or 5 years. Okay, your husband is a lawful permanent resident, okay? Depending on how long you've been married, or depending on how long you've been married prior to filing for the I-130 petition. If you've been married for more than 2 years prior to file the I-130 petition, you will get the 10 years, right? But if you've been married less than 2 years prior to file the I-130 petition, you get conditional green card. That's the answer to that one. Bamidele, can I apply for asylum after living in the US for more than 10 years? Wow, Bamidele, why you never apply early? So the answer is yes, you can, but very challenging case, which I strongly advise that you don't, because it's going to be challenging. First of all, you are applying late, you have to tell them why are you applying late. Okay, you have to tell them that you are applying late. What are the reasons? Exceptional or extraordinary circumstances that prevented you from applying late. For example, some people say my child was in a coma, so I was taking care of my child for the last past 10 years. So I couldn't apply because I wasn't in the right frame of mind, no time, because I was really like at my child bed at the hospital, seriously sick for the last past 10 years. And most of the time, if it's really true and you have documentation, then you can apply. But if you do not have any extraordinary circumstances beyond your control that prevented you from applying earlier, then this case is just gonna go to remove. It's just gonna get denied, pretty much. So that's my answer. Okay, Jimmy Jill, your second question. Okay, how may I know when my oh, you will never know. Jimmy Jill, you will never know because people have been waiting for those asylums since 2014. They haven't been taking interviews since cases from 2014. Then when Trump came into power, they start taking new cases like 2017, 2018. But you will never know. So you will never know. I'm trying to close my somewhat close my window because yeah, it's making some noise. Sorry. Yeah, you will never know. You just wait for them. You can call them if you want to, but you can wait for them, or you can sue them if it's more than 4 years. Good luck with that. But that's your right. You can sue them if they're not giving you an answer for more than four years. Yeah, you can sue them. Okay. Let's see. I have TPS cases pending. What do I need to get a travel document? Yeah, you have to file I-131 under old parole, advanced parole rule. Because remember what I said, your geta. What I said is that people, as of July 1st, right? People who already had TPS and their TPS was valid, they will automatically send them the travel document. People who have TPS pending and application for advanced parole pending, they don't have to do anything. They will pretty much change that application to a travel document application. Oh my gosh, there's a storm outside. That's why the lightning is all over the place. So bear with me. So, and then lastly, in your case, if you don't have I-131 pending, which is application for a travel document or advanced parole, you have to apply for it under all the rule of advanced parole. So in conclusion, you just have to file I-130 to request a travel document. That's it. That's what you have to do. Hello. We are here. It's the internet. Yeah, so it's we have a storm. So we have a storm here. So it's basically yeah, sorry. We had a storm. Henry Limage, we had a storm. Yeah, we have a storm. We have a storm here in Maryland. That's why it's just stopped because we had a storm. So I couldn't do anything. The internet went off because of the storm. Let me catch up with those questions. I'll see if I can answer some questions before we end. Okay. Yeah, Juan. Let's start with Juan. Juan, if it's been 2 years 2 years and 8 months, the law says that they have to give you prior to you applying, right? For I-130, then they have to give you 10-year green card. Okay? But sometimes you never know USCIS what can happen, but that's the general rule. Mido, hi, Dido. Your son is 28 years old. Oh, yeah. Elena, if your son is 28 years and older, those are the petition that takes because the son becomes adult child of a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident. It takes forever. That's just if you're really waiting for that, it takes forever. The only thing you can do is wait, or if he can get here by other means like student F1 student. So, but if it's just the petition on the family base, it's going to take for a long time. Lucy, your husband is okay. Well, domestic violence. Did the ex-wife press charges? If the ex-wife didn't press charges, then you should be fine. If they press charges, maybe they can ask for a waiver. You can ask for a waiver. Yeah, the waiver. Um, if there's charge, if it's just one criminal offense, ask for a waiver. Most of the time, he might get forgiven. If there's no more than one time, right? If it's like more than one or two, 3 times, then it becomes a problem. So that's what I can say. If my fiance receiving disability, he can petition me however. If your fiance is getting disability, what's going to happen is he can show his income, but you have to show your income and somebody else's income as well, because you really have to meet the income requirement. Otherwise, they're going to deny it for public charge reasons. Okay. Every image, you need to watch this video from the beginning. In order to adjust status, you have to have an underlining petition. If you don't have any family-based or employment-based or any other petition approved, you just cannot adjust status on TPS alone. That's not how it works. You have to watch this video from the beginning, okay? If you're receiving threats, harm, maybe it's time for you to file for VAWA. Yeah, I've talked about VAWA before. Please check my other videos. If you qualify for VAWA, it's time for you to file for VAWA. Well, nothing is fine because we have a storm here. That's why the lightning is this. It's the internet went out. So because we have a storm. Yeah, Limage, it stopped because we had storm. Okay, so hello. Yeah, for 2 years, Joseph, yeah, you can file a mandamus. 2 years is kind of a lot. Try, did you try expedited request? Try expedited request first. If it doesn't work, then file a mandamus. Rebecca, yes, you can still file VAWA if you qualify for VAWA. Rebecca, you can still file for VAWA if you qualify for VAWA. You can still file for VAWA even if you are in India. It's emotional. If it's a emotional abuse, you can still file for VAWA as long as you can prove it. That's it. How can I reach you? Okay, Ram, this is my email, right? If you're asking for consultation, just know that I charge for consultation. This is my email. Email me so we can schedule you for a consultation, okay? That's my email. So anyway, I'm gonna stop because there's a strong storm. I think we got all the question answered. I'm sorry it stopped in the middle. I thought I stopped it here, but it didn't stop. It's because of the storm. So we're gonna try to cut that part off, and hopefully we can. Yeah, so hopefully we can cut off that part that went off, but it's because of the storm. That's why. So I just have to thank you. Stay safe too, Angelina. There's a big storm. Just stay in the house in Maryland here. Yeah. Can you recommend a school to me? Oh, the, check in Ohio. In Ohio, there are a lot of schools that are relatively affordable. Start with language school. Okay. Yes, we are in the same area, really. Yeah. You're such a powerful soul. Okay, thank you, Ram. You're welcome. Thank you, Angelina. Evangeline, sorry for this mispronunciation, but thank you for joining. There's a storm here for those who are in Maryland. Even Evangeline can say it. There's a storm here, so that's why it went off. So circumstances outside of my control, but thank God I came back. I answered those questions. If you have more questions, please leave it in the comment. Please share this video. We'll try to cut off that part, and hopefully we can. And then until next time, bye-bye.